How did these amazing oriental green leaves become the national drink of China? Dating back to the spring and autumn period, tea has a history of thousands of years, which is in line with the 5,000 years of Chinese civilization. China is known as the birthplace of tea, not only because it produced the world's first tea plant, but also because the Chinese people believe that tea can connect heaven and earth. For the Chinese, tea is not only a plant, but a kind of emotional carrier. Tea is an important communication medium in many events, including friendly gatherings, weddings, disciple ceremonies, and sacrifices. It also contains the character and temperament of the Chinese people. In the whole process of making, brewing, and tasting tea, people integrate their role of nature with their philosophical thinking about destiny. There are many kinds of tea in China, which can be divided into 6 categories according to the color and processing methods: black, green, oolong, yellow, dark, and white teas. When it comes to Chinese tea, we have to mention Ya'an, a city located at 30 degrees north latitude in southwest China's Sichuan province. It is one of the birthplaces of the world's tea culture and the starting point of the Sichuan-Tibetan ancient tea horse road. Meanwhile, as the scientific discovery site of giant pandas, Ya'an is the only place in the world to have completed the process of discovery, protection, breeding, in situ and ex situ conservation of giant pandas. So the city is known as both global origin of tea and hometown of giant panda. The excellent ecological environment of Mengding Mountain in Ya'an provides the most suitable soil for growing tea. With an altitude of 500 to 1,500 meters, it has an average annual temperature between 14 to 19.7 degrees Celsius. The rainy and foggy climate brings an annual rainfall of 1,000 to 1,800 millimeters. The excellent ecological environment, fresh air, and the acidic to slightly acidic soil make Mount Mengding the most suitable place for the growth of tea plants. Mengding tea from Ya'an is the world's earliest artificially planted tea in written records, and also the longest running tribute tea in China starting in the year 742. So it is called 1,000-year tribute tea. As an ancient Chinese saying goes, only from the highest standards can the greatest quality come to be. Only in the hands of excellent tea makers can the tea aroma be brought to the extreme. In Ya'an, there are many craftsmen who have passed on and constantly refined the traditional tea-making skills from generation to generation. In 2022, Southern Root tea-making skills and traditional Mengding tea-making skills were included in UNESCO's representative lists of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity as part of traditional tea processing techniques and associated social practices in China. South roadside tea is a kind of dark tea. The trade of dark tea in Sichuan has a long history. In ancient times, tea was used as a commodity traded along the tea horse ancient road. Since then, Ya'an Tibetan tea has been introduced into Kham area and gone global. Relying on artificial transportation in ancient times, the tea leaves were exposed and fermented naturally. It was found that this kind of fermentation added strong fragrance to the tea, making the tea soup bright brown and red with lingering aftertaste. So people improved the tea processing techniques accordingly. At present, there are more than 30 processes in making South roadside tea, including picking, fixation, steaming and rolling, piling and fermentation, blending, and packing. Compared with South roadside tea, tea produced in Mount Mengding is fresher and more elegant. Mengding Ganlu is China's most representative cold green tea, fresh and sweet. Its production process involves 6 steps: tea picking, spread out, fixation, rolling, pan frying, and roasting. It is recorded in Shen Nong's classic of material medical. Shen Nong came across 72 toxic herbs daily in tasting hundreds of herbs, but got detoxified by taking tea. The reason may lie in that Mengding tea contains rich substances, such as tea polyphenol, amino acids, soluble sugars, and vitamins, which can effectively inhibit the proliferation of bacteria, regulate the internal environment of the human body, and enhance the immunity. Ya'an tea is popular with more and more people. In 2022, the appraised value of Mengding tea as a regional public brand reached 4.399 billion yuan, ranked first in Sichuan, and has been listed in China's top 10 for 6 consecutive years. Tea, inheriting thousands of years of processing techniques and integrating ancient and modern Chinese wisdom, is no longer just an ordinary oriental green leaf. It crosses mountains and oceans, bringing the profound Chinese cultural code to the world. Ya'an tea, transcending time and space, promotes harmony in the world.